Every year I take my cat Kiko over to our local animal hospital for her annual exam. I have my husband help me put the cat in her carrier. I drive over to the clinic. I look for an accessible parking place that's van accessible to make sure I can park the van so the ramp comes out. I then try to get into the vet hospital. There's no power on the door, so I have difficulty. There's also a threshold, and so that's another difficulty. I then roll into the waiting room and there's no accessible spot for me to park. I feel kind of excluded as a client of that hospital. I then am escorted to the examination room. We have a good experience. They put the cat back in my van. I go up to the reception area to pay, and the desk is too high, so I don't have the interaction with the person. It's time to pay, and then they give me the credit card machine and I can't reach it. There's a problem in terms of the awareness, in terms of how the environment can disable and increase the disability of the clients who are working and paying good money to have services at the veterinary clinics. Hi, I'm Rosemarie Rossetti. I'm an expert in accessible and universal design. I'm a speaker, I'm a consultant, and I'm an author. I live in a national demonstration home, the Universal Design Living Laboratory, that my husband and I helped design and build. It's actually the top-rated home in North America for universal design, and we've lived here for 13 years. Disableism is a systemic, social, and environmental problem. It is looking at people with disabilities with prejudice, with a sense of they're not equal. And we have to work on destroying disableism and understanding that people with disabilities count and that they are a part of society, they are productive members, and sometimes we discredit people with disabilities. We're not even aware of our prejudice. Universal design is about designing products and environments for all people to the greatest extent possible, so that we're looking at design that doesn't have to be retrofitted later or adapted later. We're going to lose a lot of money as we look at the data that shows how important it is to have a welcoming environment for your clients. They will have more loyalty, they'll have word of mouth, they'll continue to do services with you and continue to grow. So we have seen time and time again, the idea of trust and loyalty is a big factor. And if I don't like my veterinary hospital because of the environment, because of the way I've been treated, I'm going to go somewhere else and I'm going to tell other people, this has been my experience. I'll never go back there again. To champion universal design is really my passion. I look at all of the environments that I come across in terms of my daily activities and routines, as well as the home that I live in. And so the veterinary professionals need to each champion universal design in their own way, to be more aware, to be more cognizant of the environment in which they work, for the people in the back of the house as well as the clients in the front of the house. As a leader of a veterinary practice, it's important that you promote what you have done to improve accessibility, both in the built environment as well as culturally. And one easy way is to take a look at your website. Is there a section that communicates the accessibility of your veterinary hospital? To showcase that is one of the menu items, and to have pictures so that people who are looking to find a clinic or a hospital will realize that you have a designated section showing your clinic is accessible with photographs and descriptions. An organization needs to do training in disability etiquette for all people on a regular basis to understand how to interact, how to communicate with people with cognitive, with mobility, with vision, and with hearing loss. So disability etiquette training is a very easy step. As a person who works in a veterinary hospital, it's important for you to report back to leadership a possible initiative that can be made. Why not come up with the unique idea saying, we don't have enough examination tables that are adjustable in height, and so why don't we buy some new ones? And as we are communicating with someone who has a communication barrier, why aren't we texting the person instead of having a difficult time communicating with them? We have a communication barrier with someone who's blind. What are some other ways we can help that person who is blind to understand the instructions when they go home to administer the medicine for their dog? Championing universal design is not only a legal compliance issue through the Americans with Disabilities Act, it's not only an ethical consideration, it's a business imperative, because as a result of universal design, you will see more profitability and more income. Emotionally, a client that sees an inclusive environment has fewer moments of frustration, has a very positive impression and a pleasant experience, feeling that this practice has thought of them, and they can notice the difference as soon as they park their vehicle in the parking lot.